What's going on, guys? Happy Valentine's Day to everybody. As you can see, this truck, if you watch some of these videos on this truck before, it got the old aluminum wheels put back on it. I think it's like a zipper now because between putting them on that truck and leaving them, or putting these on that truck. So the reason that's got them back on there is the truck is sold. The gentleman's trying to work out the logistics of does he want to pay me enough to take it on the other side of Greenville, Alabama today, or does he want to try to get a truck and trailer and come get it himself? But we haven't worked the price out because, hell, I'm kind of greedy, I guess, when it comes to me pulling something for somebody else, and I'd rather him come and pay me and put money in my hand instead of a deposit. So it is what it is. So we're just trying to work all that out. And if he wants to pay me what I told him I would deliver it for, that's completely fine. But it's a 2-hour one-way trip, so it'd be 4 hours for me to take it to him, even though it's in Alabama. But it's pretty far away from Lynette, so that's why it's getting sold with those wheels, because he really didn't care too much about those wheels, which that's fine. But hopefully those will just stay on there for right now, and I can still use this little truck because it runs like a champ. But I got to put another starter, so I got this out here. This starter is the second starter I put on this thing, and it never likes to engage right. And it's not the flex plate by any means. It's basically the solenoid kind of zing, zing, and it's not spinning out the gear to engage on the flex plate. So the other starter was just a bad starter. So I've got another starter I need to put on there today. So that's why I was gonna pull it around, or I'm not working in the grass. But that car, I drove it the other day and actually did really well again. I need to make some more videos on that. This video today is really about parts. Like, I have accumulated so many parts and pieces, and I started back putting stuff on YouTube, well, not YouTube, but on eBay to sell, just because I've been hoarding for so many years now without purging anything off. So I need to get rid of some junk. I've got wheels, I've got daggone back ends, bunch of stuff that, I hadn't posted on Marketplace or Facebook or any of the other sites for sale, but because by the time you categorize every little individual part and selling stuff like that, bigger items on Facebook, on YouTube, gets expensive to ship for the seller and the buyer. So it's one of those things where I need to purge off a bunch of stuff. And I've got I know there's a car down here, this old Camaro, it's got a bunch of parts on it that could be sold on eBay, and I haven't taken the time to take any of them apart, because at first I got the car to use the front clip off of to put on another Camaro I had, and I traded some parts for this car, and so now I'm stuck with, not stuck with it by any means, but I have it, and I'm never going to do anything with it. But it is a true Z28 car. It's got at least one semi-decent tail light. That one looks like it's got some cracking around the backup light. Wing looks to be in decent shape. The car was a true hardtop car. It's not a T-top car. It'd make a great drag car. No motor transmission. It was a automatic car, but it's been sitting here forever too. So it's one of those things. This thing needs to find a new home, and I want to say all the wheels, not that it will matter, but if somebody's looking for a set of matching 4th gen, early 4th gen Camaro wheels, yep, they're all on there. It's got them. Interior's kind of roached out, but the bucket seats are still in there. Yeah, they're roached out bigger than shit. So it would make a great drag car. So if somebody, it's still got the original disc brake back in, which is nothing fancy by any means. Let's see. I think I got another one of those back ends over here, and that's exactly what this van body full of, is just old car parts and pieces of heads and intakes and carburetors and a bunch of transmissions. This is a whole bunch of Mustang box body convertible parts, a front clip for one, fenders, deck lid, hood. I think that's another. That back end's actually out of one of those Firebird or Camaros as well. It's a disc brake, I think sway bars, springs, and I think that's some more Mustang stuff over there. I think that's it's like the air box off of a 2.3 Mustang for the mass air meter, and I know that drive shaft with that counterweight is off of a box body. I know that fan is too. I think those springs are. So yeah, just accumulated way too many parts that are just running and just sitting outside. I'm gonna get rid of. There's transmissions up there, and wheels and tires, and I think this thing's I'm just glad we could open the door. But it's full of big block stuff, exhaust, there's a bunch of clutch brake pedal assemblies, gas tanks, anything you can think of. There's a bunch of junk in here, but a lot of it's just got to eventually go, because I'm never going to use all this stuff. But I don't mind so much this stuff, as it's at least covered up. But that's kind of become a catch-all for shit. That needs to go. And this truck, it's still still here. I've had some offers on it, and none of them have been close to what I want to accept. So it's still here, and I'm still thinking about giving that thing away possibly. But because it is not doing any good there. But there's a bunch of, like I said, over here. There's more big block stuff. And Corvette wheels from I think that was a C6 Corvette. Yep, there. I've got a full set of those. That's all big block stuff right there. Yep. Got a bunch of those wheels. I got more Chevrolet than I do Ford. This is the Ford pattern, but probably got shoot, 2-3 sets of the 14s for Chevrolet. These are 15s. Those are the only ones I got are 15. But if anybody's in the Lynette, Alabama, and I say that because hell, I sold those seats out of that little square body truck the other day. The seats and the console to a gentleman, and he drove all the way from the top side of Kentucky all the way down here, like 8.5 hours, and then we loaded them up, and heck, he took off, and so I'm not saying people don't travel for stuff like that, but just one of those things. Got a ton of rally wheels, like a ton of them, and they're the original Chevrolet rallies. There's a whole set that's up there. Still got some Fox body. There's another 8.8 Fox body back in. There's one right there. But yeah, I need to start getting rid of some of these just random parts. But if anybody's interested in any of that stuff, it is definitely for sale. It is a lot of the just metal. Need to make a scrap metal run and just crush a bunch of this junk. As far as the old just scrap metal laying around, nothing with cars, but just the scrap metal. There's a bunch of old exhaust that we've accumulated and junk like that needs to be hauled off. But don't get me wrong, I ain't crushing a car, not unless it is way past the point of being fixed. But so it takes a lot for me to crush a car. Now, like that old pickup truck over there, I'm gonna probably get the bed off of it and the doors and stuff like that. The frame's bent and the back end, but I've been using it here and there for parts as well. So it's been a very good little donor truck, but it's about to see its demise, I'm sure. And I also thought about taking the cab off of it, and all the windows are good in it. It's got a perfect windshield, and I know you got to have somebody take it out, or you got to cut it out yourself, but all the windows are good in it. The back glass is good in it. All the electrical stuff, wiper motors, I mean, there's a lot of good stuff that was still on the truck. But I was thinking about taking that cab off and just making a homemade old, bed like they used to do way back when. And I just have not really put in the time to even want to think about, moving the frame in and putting a hitch on it. And so by the time you do all that, it's just easier to just go buy a little utility trailer. But that back in the day, that's about all you saw years and years ago when I was a kid, was pickup truck beds. Somebody take the frame and they'll make a little trailer out of it, and they pulled like shit a lot of times because they were never really straight. But that was a common practice back in the day. And this little truck, a little Ranger, I'm probably never gonna sell it, but as many OBSs as I got, I think this one will be the next one I'm gonna drag out and clean up, throw some wheels and tires on it where it'll roll instead of the flat ones. But I think I am gonna sell that truck. I'd rather somebody get it and fix it up than me just sitting here hoarding it. So if anybody's interested in it, that's a 88 model. Still has a 350 in it, 700R truck, short wheelbase, but it's in really good shape as far as the body goes. The interior is roached, but the exterior is pretty daggum good. And then that old dually, my buddy Fuzzy, he's been making mention about wanting to buy it. So that one, it's a 350 with a 4-speed in it, but it's a 91 model. But yeah, like I said, the old body on this truck has no rust in it. It's been sitting here for years, and it needs a better home. I do have another tailgate. That one's been up at the top, but I do have another tailgate. Bumpers are good. It's like I said, it's a straight truck. It would be a great 454 SS clone truck. Or heck, everybody wants to put LS and stuff nowadays, so drop LS in it. Or put a 350 back in. I think that motor froze and busted. I tried to crank it when I first got it, and then put a pull handle on it, and it didn't want to spin over. It was pretty much just locked down, so I was like, no problem. It wasn't worth juice wasn't worth the squeeze on that one. But hopefully this one's gone, and maybe I can get rid of some of these parts out here. And maybe the next time will be a video of that other 56. I got to go get it this weekend. So, but yeah, I don't need any more trucks. I think I'm off on buying trucks for a while. I think I'm gonna go back to buying cars. So, well, got way too many trucks. But if anybody's interested in any parts, just keep me in mind. I got a bunch of them. That truck over there, the Suburban's got a set of bucket seats and a console in it. I would get rid of those. They're power. So, as always, hope y'all like and subscribe. Hell, hope y'all have a good, happy Valentine's Day. But just out here enjoying this beautiful southern day. But yeah, like I said, y'all stay safe till I make another one. Y'all have a good one.